these church fathers that these Christians love so much are going to be exposed tonight, showing you that they have nothing but hate and contempt for the Israelites. They did not even look at us as people. But we have people in our own nation who are trying to go to these church fathers and trying to use their breakdowns in our awakening. These people have had no love, no respect for the Most High's chosen people. All they were about was usurping our authority and gaining control, of our scriptures in order to be able to use them, against the people. You guys must understand, I've been getting comments even from peoples of the other nations, people, so-called white people from other nations. And they're realizing they've all been lied to as well. And if the Most High is calling you and opening up your eyes to see this truth, that's a blessing for you. And I would suggest that you chase after the Most High. I'm not here to condemn anyone. I'm not here for that. I'm here to share information and to be a light. That's what we are here to do. That's what the real Israelites are here to do. The real Israelites had Gentiles cleaving to them. So it's like when these other groups were set up, they were set up to, yes, they're giving more information, but they were also set up to, foster that whole separation and division. Yes, we are the Most High's chosen people, but we are also to be a light to the world. Now let's take a look at what these church fathers, really think of you Israelites. We're going to take a look at this book from a history of the Jews in Christian Spain. So if you want to check out this book, here's your opportunity to kind of check it out, what it is, volume 1. Okay, so I'm going to get into this real quick. All right, so take a look here. The Jews were legally the property of the rulers of the land, its kings and princes. See, it doesn't matter what you people claim, like I'm the Israelites, we're the Israelites. We've been here for thousands of years. We've never lost our identity. We've always been here. Now, see, this lets you know, you tell by the circumstances of the people who are the Most High's chosen people. As you can tell right here, the Jews here in Spain were legally the property of the rulers of the land, its kings and princes. Now, we know that if you look at Jeremiah 50 and 33, it said that the Israelites, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom were going to be enslaved together. Okay, so they were going to be getting the same treatment worldwide. Okay, because we were scattered worldwide. So if you want to know who the Israelites are, look who was actually looked at as property. Look who, the governments looked at as property. They weren't people. You see what I'm saying? Those were the true Jews. Those are the true Israelites, because all these nations have worked together, okay, to portray us as property, because they don't look at us as even having rights. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, they are after the Israelites, because we are not for their turn. So therefore, they're going to make laws to be able to torture us, to kill us, make us, 3/5 of a man, make us properties of the state. And that's exactly what they've done to the Jews there in Spain. And they did the same thing to the Jews worldwide. So you want to know who the Israelites are? The ones that they treated just like this. Let's continue. Again, the Jews were legally the property of the rulers of the land, its kings and princes. In some cases, other temporal and ecclesiastical authorities were given the right to keep Jews, settle them on their land, collect taxes from them, and utilize their services. During the 12th century, especially in Aragon, the military orders of the Knights Hospitallers and the Knights Templar, who supported the Counts of Barcelona and the Kings of Aragon in the Reconquest, acquired such special rights over Jews. But check this out. But generally speaking, the Jews in Spain, as in all of Christian Europe, were regarded as the personal property of the king. So you go around, you look at these, wherever they had these Christian lands, wherever the Christians took control, this is how they looked at the Jews right here. But generally speaking, the Jews in Spain, as in all of Christian Europe, were regarded as the personal property of the king. This principle followed directly from the teaching of the church fathers. Who came up with this teaching? The church fathers. So they don't even look at you as a real person. They look at you as property. That's why they don't care about what you say. They don't care about your breakdowns. They don't care about you having an opinion on the scriptures, because they don't even look at you as a human. Okay, so again, this principle followed directly from the teaching of the church fathers that the Jews were doomed to eternal servitude. Again, this principle followed directly from the teaching of the church fathers that the Jews were doomed to eternal servitude. So where's all this love doctrine coming from then? When they had their opportunity to have the blessing and they got that sword, they used it. But see, all of a sudden now it's about, we're all equal. John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. It's for everybody. It's all about love. But see, your church fathers who established your doctrine have looked at us and portrayed us as nothing but property. That's why they feel that they can the right to be able to come on our channels and run their mouths and say the things that they say and act as if, they want us to, they're going to keep asking us questions. We got to answer them. But when we put questions to them, they seem to think that they don't have to give us any answers because they don't look at us as human. They look at us as property. You see what I'm saying? So you can tell that they still have those same thoughts, those same feelings, and towards us, because that's how they still try to treat us. But see, your heyday is a wrap. Your heyday is done. So the days of us having to go and jump through hoops and, listen about what your church fathers say about this, and your church father says you can't read these books, and that you guys took an oath that you're only going to, teach the scriptures that your church fathers have agreed on unanimously. You see, this is how the Most High is exposing you. You guys keep running your mouths, you keep coming over here, but see, the Most High is going to give us more information. He's going to keep peeling back those layers. This racist doctrine was established by your church fathers. So don't you think that they're going to make sure that they manipulate the books and which books you can and cannot read to, justify their position of authority? But see, the Most High is pulling their card. The Most High is exposing them. You just saw right there that the Jews, the real Israelites, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, are going to be looked at as property. So you just look in history. Who has been treated as property? Who has been just sold? Just sell the dad here, sell the mom here, sell this child here, sell this child here. Oh, yeah, you want to go to court like Scott, for your rights to be able to be free? No, the Constitution wasn't even made for you. None of these laws were made for you because you're not a person, because you're property. That's how they've looked at the Israelites this entire time. So now all you do is look at history. Who has been treated as property? So you're not going to be able to come on this channel and just run your mouth about certain things. That's because it's not going to work anymore. See, you don't talk about your history. You won't talk about the 2,000 years. See, that's all part of your guys' covenant. Your covenant was to not talk about the things that you've been doing for the last 2,000 years. That's not, prophecy. So you're skipping that whole time when you were in charge, when you had your blessing for the last 2,000 years. And then as soon as you think you're going to get raptured away, then all of a sudden prophecy is going to start kicking back in again. See, that's what you guys are all trying to do right now when you guys are making your videos and you're talking about, this storm, that's this prophecy. Oh, this earthquake, that's prophecy. Oh, these wars over here, that's this prophecy. That means we're going to get raptured up soon. No, that just means you guys are just, ignoring the last 2,000 years of your rape, rob, murder, and torturing. And you're trying to, get the people looking at what's going on right now and actually not put the two and two together. And so you can realize that, yeah, man, this is a wrap. Our time and on top is done. You can't even, talk about your history. Everything is like, those weren't real Christians. Yes, those were the real Christians. It's not fun looking back, is it? Those are the same Christians that you are today. They had racist views towards the Israelites. You do too. You still think that we have to go to you in order to get a breakdown and understanding, the correct understanding, because you think that you're better than us. That's exactly what you have thought for the last 2,000 years. And that's what you still think of today. Even though we keep bringing more information out, you cannot refute it. You cannot prove it wrong. And you refuse to look at your own history. Like I said, you won't get that opportunity here. We're going to hold your feet to the fire now about your history. You're going to have to, actually talk about the things that your churches have done. You guys always want to say, those weren't real Christians. Yes, they were. They espouse the exact same views that you do. You might say one thing to our faces about John 3:16 and God loves everyone, but you still look at us as property and as being next to nothing. But you don't understand that we are the Most High's children and he is raising us up, and you're going to see that, and you're already seeing it, but it's going to only continue and it's going to grow. Shalom.